Pleasant good morning to you folks. 8:10 on this Wednesday, November 28th, and my pleasure to welcome in. He is the head guy in charge, the chief cook and bottle washer when it comes to Point Guard Ministries. Former Cowboy basketball great Anthony Johnson's in studio again with me. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, David Settle. How are you this morning?
I am doing well. I appreciate you coming in here. I know we've got a big event planned. And so let's talk a little bit about what exactly is going on next Tuesday, December 4th. AJ, fill us in a little bit.
Well, I want to fill you in a little bit, Dave. You know, we plan these things out about a year out. And so this event is a bonus, like you said. Of course, we have our head basketball coach, Alan Edwards. And then we have a mentor of Alan Edwards, Frank Martin, who's the head basketball coach for South Carolina. And so, so what we're doing is December the 4th, Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Doors open up at 7:30. We have an event planned, and this is a collaborative event. We have 4 of the ministries involved with this. Campus Venture, FCA, Navigators, and KOWB are all involved with this event. And also we have 2 wonderful sponsors for this event this year. We have Toppers here in Laramie, and also Toyotas here in Laramie who are sponsoring it to give out pizzas. So the event is going to start at about, the doors open up at 7:30. It's going to be at the Uni-Wyo Sports Complex where the volleyball team plays. And we got a really good thing set up. Frank Martin, man, just working with this, and 2 months out, I heard about this this miracle testimony of Mr. Frank Martin. What happened to him prior to him getting the head coaching job at K-State before he became the head coach at South Carolina. And so this testimony that he's going to be giving, and of course we're going to set up, do a Q&A at the end of it, is an incident that happened to him where he almost passed away.
Wow. And
yeah, David, he almost passed away. And but during this time when he was in the hospital for 3 to 4 days, they couldn't figure out what was going on with him, and basically had his uncle and the wife come in and to actually because he wasn't going to make it. And so ESPN had done a dramatization of this incident that we're going to show at the event, about a 6 to 7 minute clip. And it shows here in this dramatization of how he was sick. They didn't know what was going on. He had a bad high fever. And then 3 or 4 days out, a nurse came in and then prayed for him and with his uncle. And then while the nurse was leaving, greeted the wife of Frank Martin and then encouraged her. And then 3 hours later, this fever broke and he started getting better. And they didn't know why. They didn't know why he was sick. They didn't know why he was getting better. And all of a sudden, here it goes that he's fine, and they contribute to it as a miracle. And so what happened with this, David, is the uncle and the wife wanted to thank this nurse who came in and of course prayed for Frank. And then the hospital says after they gave a good description that there was no such nurse could be found.
Huh, interesting here. So Frank's going to share this story a little bit, and he's going to provide his testimony. This is an event that I know you would love to see anybody and everybody come out to this event. It's open to everybody.
This event is open to everybody. You know, we're zooming in. You know, of course, this is going to be Uni-Wyo Sports Complex for students. We got all these pizzas again like we had last time. We're starting off, David. We're going to have a ton of pizzas from Toppers, man. So we're going to keep those pizzas coming and fresh and warm. And this event is open to anybody. Anybody can come and be a part of this. And of course, my buddy here, who's just cutting out his first couple songs of his new CD, is sitting right next to me. Mason Herms is going to be bringing the music.
All right. Well, Mason, let's put you on the mic here and talk to us a little bit about how you got involved in this event. First off.
Yeah, I think I met AJ. I've known AJ for a long time, but just a little bit ago, I saw the opportunity. He's handed me his little Point Guard Ministries thing, and he was telling me about his ministry, and I said, wow, that sounds pretty cool. And I wanted to get in contact with him, and I just contacted him later on in about August, and I said, hey, if you have any events this semester, I'd be willing to help. I have an album coming out, and maybe we can help each other out. And so yeah, God just really worked that out for us. And, yeah.
Great opportunity here to get your music out in front of a lot of different people, it sounds like, as well. And I know you're probably looking forward to that.
Yeah. I released my first song in August on Spotify and Apple Music and all these other things, and it's done pretty well within the first 3 or 4 months, so like 150,000 streams. So I'm super excited to get some new stuff out there after this first song. See what people think about it.
All right. So what are we talking about new song-wise? How many are we talking about here?
So on this new album, it's called Overflow.
Okay.
It's going to have 5 songs, but we're going to play 6. One of them is not going to be included on the album. We'll be playing 5 songs before the speaker, and afterwards we'll just do regular worship, where people know the songs and sing along.
Certainly understand that. Well, a great opportunity for you, and hopefully it leads to some bigger and better things for you. But I know partnering with this guy, it's great just to kind of get out in front of maybe a little bit of a different crowd at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm super excited to not just play in front of students like I am used to doing, but in front of just Laramie as a whole. Hopefully it'll be a blessing to them. And, yeah.
Well, AJ, talk a little bit about this, because we've talked before, and you've had, you know, bigger and bigger crowds. So hopefully, you know, when you bring in a big name like Frank Martin and his basketball presence, and obviously he's going to be a focal point providing his testimony. But talk a little bit about this young man to your left and just what you feel he can add to this program as you guys kind of fill things out more and more year by year.
Well, I think what Mason's going to add to this, of course, I've listened to some of his recordings, and I tell you, just not saying this because he's sitting next to me here, this music is very good, and he's very talented, and like he said, he's got a really big following right now, and so I think he's gonna bring the worship part to it, and I think that's going to really bring a. We've had worship people in the past that have done that, and they've been really wonderful. He's more looking for breaking out something and moving into his profession, and so I think this is going to be good for him. It's going to be good for us too, the ministry.
Absolutely, and a great opportunity for him to kind of, as we mentioned, just put his music out there to a slightly different audience. AJ, I know you got some great partners. Talk about the relationship that you have developed, especially with these campus partners that you mentioned earlier, like Chi Alpha and Campus Ventures and FCA and Navigators, and just really how you've all kind of come together with a great collaboration to put on a big event like this, because it's not easy. There's a lot of planning and work that goes into something like this.
You're absolutely right, Dave. And so what I've done is, one of the things that I always try to do with them is, because I know they're really busy, they're doing a lot of ministry with students, and so when I bring this to them, I'm always wanting them to know that this is not going to be something that's going to create a lot more work for them, that we'll get some other people and to help them with it. And so we started meeting a year out, and when this was done, we'll start again on something else that we got this coming up. And so we started meeting on it, and I get some time with them, and have a meal with them, visit with them, get some insights for them, get some wisdom from them. And then kind of just see kind of their feel for things and what they're thinking, and then just trying to put it together. And these relationships have been going on for quite a few years. Absolutely.
Great chance for folks, if you're at the KOWB basketball game, which is at 6:30 next Tuesday, after that is done, to just stop on by and join in the celebration in the Uni-Wyo. Again, Toppers Pizza and Toyota of Laramie, great sponsors, and you got free pizza donated by Toppers here. Before I let you go here, anything else that we need to kind of cover that people might not be aware of when it comes to this event next week, AJ?
Well, just a couple of things, Dave. First of all, Uni-Wyo Sports Complex, the Cowgirls, of course, they're going to be playing Thursday. They got a post invite, which is going to be awesome. And of course, like you just mentioned, I talked to Joe a little bit. The Cowgirls, be playing at 6:30 that day. And of course, they had an awesome game last night that I went to. And of course, it's just a lot of excitement that's going on in this athletic department. If you look as a whole, the energy that's going on with all these head coaches, man, if you cannot be excited to be a fan of Cowboys, man, something's wrong, man, because this is it, man. The energy is flying, the mood is right, Dave. I'm talking about, man, just come out, man. Support wrestling, swimming, come on, do something, basketball, man. We might get a football game. Man, just come on out, man. We're ready, man. We're ready to cheer these guys on. One of the best things that an athlete can have is fans coming out and cheering our sixth man. We need our sixth man, and especially for the athlete event when we play South Carolina, man. They have a good program, man. We need that arena rocking and rolling, David.
Yeah, South Carolina just a couple seasons removed from a Final Four appearance under Coach Martin, so I know that they will be ready to go. Obviously, lost out at South Carolina last season in kind of a tough game, but we'll see what happens. Mason, before I let you go, where can people, you mentioned finding your music on Spotify, Apple Music, on social media, or where can people kind of find you and follow you?
Yeah, you can find me at Mason Harms, MASONHARMS, on pretty much any online database, where Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon Music or YouTube even. But yeah, there'll be more coming out this winter. This album, Overflow, will be released in this winter.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Oh yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook also, just Mason Harms.
All right, Mason Harms, H-A-R-M-S. Mason Harms. AJ, people interested, maybe they want to help you out, get involved in the future, what would be a good way to contact you? Obviously it sounds like we've got things kind of under control and planned for next Tuesday, but I know there are some people that would love to get involved in the future. How they go about contacting you? Where's your office? How can people get a hold of you?
Okay, my office, Point Guard Ministry, is located, it's in the Civic Center. My office is 324, and also you can mail me, Point Guard Ministry, P.O. Box 427, Laramie, Wyoming, 82073, Point Guard Ministry. And Point Guard Ministries is a 501c3 nonprofit charitable organization, so you can get in contact with me that way. We have a website that we're working on, that we've been working on for several years. You can get a hold of me there. Just throw in Point Guard Ministry, and that should come up. And Dave, I want to thank you guys again, though, Dave. KOWB is just awesome, and you guys rock. And so I just want to get a shout out to KOWB rocks.
Yeah,
all right, Mason and AJ, thanks so much for coming in this morning, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.